Good morning to all of you. Is my
Good
voice
morning,
audible
sir.
and visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just we'll wait for 2 more minutes so that other students also can join the lecture. And then we will start. Okay. So almost 52 participants have joined. So we'll start with the lecture. Let me share the screen. Is the screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Yes. So how was your test? Test कशी होती?
Easy.
Easy होते ना?
Yes, sir.
Oh. And I have told you that there will be questions from articles also and exercise below that. Okay. So hope that all of you have performed well in this test. So up till now, what we have discussed, how much topics, how many of parts of speech we have completed with?
Noun and pronoun. Noun and
Noun and pronoun. Yes, noun, pronoun, and the articles at the very first we have completed. Okay, so nouns. Okay, just we will revise in few minutes. Okay, so nouns are the names of anything. Okay, that is visible or that is invisible. That might be the visible things like objects, concrete things. Okay, and the invisible things like ideas, okay, or emotions, or thoughts. Okay, so these are also called as the nouns. Nouns has the function of subject and object. Noun functions as subject of the sentence as well as it functions as object of the sentence. Then we have discussed that there are different types of nouns, that is common noun, proper noun, concrete noun, abstract noun, countable noun, and uncountable noun. So etc. etc. means there are more types than these also, but we have to see only these different types. That is common, proper, concrete, abstract, countable, and uncountable. Then after that, we have seen that the identification of the noun. How to identify nouns? We can identify the nouns with the help of the suffixes. So whatever the suffixes that are, just a second, just a second. Whatever the suffixes, okay, that came after the root word, with that suffix itself, we can identify is that a noun or is that different types of parts of speech. Okay, so these are the suffixes like tion, sion, er, or, ship, meant, hood, ism, ity, etc., etc. These are the suffixes. From these suffixes, we can see that these are the nouns. Okay, when these suffixes are there in that word, we can say that these words are known with the nouns. Then there comes pronouns. Okay, so what are the pronouns? Pronouns are the words which replace. Okay, pronouns are the words which replace nouns to avoid the repetition of the noun. So we have seen that there are means if we use nouns every time, then that speech becomes the monotonous. That's why we have to use pronouns and its different cases, okay, for avoiding the repetition of the noun. So pronoun also work as subject and object of the sentence. Then we have seen that there are different types of nouns. There are different types of pronouns that are personal pronoun. Okay. Then second type is interrogative pronoun, relative pronoun, and demonstrative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun are of the same kind, only their function is different. Okay, or their place or position is different in the sentence. Okay, for example, let's just first see what are the personal pronouns. The personal pronouns are the pronouns that are known with the subjective case, objective case, possessive adjectives, possessive case, and reflexive case. Okay, so in the subjective case, if the pronouns are I, we, you, he, she, it, they, then its objective case will be me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them. Just a second. Just a second. Yes, we have seen that personal pronoun has 5 cases: subjective, objective, possessive, reflexive, and possessive adjectives. Okay, so in objective case, I becomes me, you remains you as it is, he becomes him, she becomes her, it remains as it is, we becomes us, and you becomes or you remains as it is you. They becomes them. Okay, so we can change it according to the sentence structure and position of or what we are using, if we are using it as subjective case or objective case or possessive case. Okay, possessive case means what? Having the possession of. Okay, if we have the possession, means if this headphone is of mine, then I will say that this is my headphone, or we can say that this phone headphone is of mine. माझा phone आहे. Okay, then in the reflexive case, just we have to add self to the possessive adjectives. Okay, when possessive adjective is added with the self, then that becomes the reflexive case. So we have seen this in the last lecture. Then we have discussed about the interrogative pronouns. Okay. Then we have discussed about the interrogative pronouns, that is WH question. Means these are the pronouns which starts with the WH word, that is different words like who, where, why, how, when, what, which, whose, whom, what kind, what time, how many, how much, how long, how often, how far, and how old. Okay, so these words are called as the WH questions, and also these are called as the interrogative pronouns. So these are having different meanings. So why we are using these words? We are using this for asking the questions. That is when who is used for asking about a person. Okay, then where is used for asking about a place. Why is used for asking for a reason. How is used for asking about a banner. When is used for asking about a time. Okay, when do you come to lunch, or when do you take lunch. Okay, so these are the questions we can ask. Then what is used for asking about a thing. Okay, what's your sister's name, or what is your brother, or what's your brother's name. Okay, so these are the questions we can ask with. Then which is used for asking about a choice. Whose is used for asking about a possession. Okay, then whom is used for asking about an object of a verb. What kind is used for asking about a description. Means what kind of picture that was. Okay, or what kind of story of that picture was. त्या पिक्चरची स्टोरी कशा प्रकारची होती. Okay, then what time. When we are asking about an exact time, then we are asking with what time. What time did you study English. तू किती वाजता इंग्लिशचा अभ्यास केला. At 9:30. Then how many. If we are using how many, it is used for asking about a quantity, countable nouns. Okay, when we are asking about the countable nouns, then we are asking it with the how many. When we are asking about uncountable noun, then we are using how much. Okay, so how much is used for asking about amount or price or uncountable noun. Okay, then how long is used for asking about a duration or length. How often is used for asking about frequency. How often is the local for डोंबिवली. डोंबिवलीसाठी लोकल किती वेळा आहे, किती त्याची फ्रिक्वेन्सी आहे. ओके, so how often is used for asking about frequency. त्याची फ्रिक्वेन्सी किती आहे. Then how far is used for asking about a distance. इथून किती अंतरावर आहे ते एखादं प्लेस. ओके, how far is your house. How far is your office. How far is your farm. Okay, so for asking about these questions, we are using WH types of words. How old is used for asking about an age. How old are you. तुझं वय किती आहे. Okay, so these are some of the interrogative pronouns, and these words are also used as relative pronouns. Keep in mind, relative pronoun म्हणून सुद्धा आपण ह्याचा यूज करतो, but there is one condition, and that is they occur in the middle position of a sentence. So when we are using these words, okay, these WH types of words, interrogative pronouns, in the middle position of a sentence, then they are called as the relative pronouns. Okay. So for example, we can see that the girl which stood at the bus stop, okay, the girl which stood at the bus stop is my sister. So here which, we have used which, okay. So in the middle position, middle of the sentence, we have used which. A girl, or we can say that who, a girl who stays at the bus stop is my sister. बस स्टॉपच्या तिथं थांबलेली जी मुलगी आहे ती माझी बहीण आहे. ओके. सो who is used as the relative pronoun. Just a minute. Hello. हाँ मैडम. Yes. हाँ हाँ हाँ. Okay. I'm really sorry because there is somewhat disturbance between this lecture. Okay. So sorry for that. What we are discussing about? आपण काय बोलत होतो, डिस्कस करत होतो आता? Yes. Yes, interrogative pronouns. We were discussing about the interrogative pronouns. So relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used in the middle position of the sentence, okay, to show something or something that we are indicating. Okay, means the girl who stood at the bus stop is my friend, or girl which stood behind the tree or behind that wall is my sister. So who is the word we are using here for denoting or indicating that person. Okay, so that's why we are relating. Okay, we are relating that girl with me, okay, or I. So that's why it is called as the relative. Okay, relative, to relate something. एखाद्याला काय करणं, तर रिलेट करण्यासाठी आपण काय करतो, या प्रोनाउन्सचा यूज करतो. ओके. वेअर. सो Mumbai is the place where all the international trade happens. Mumbai is the place where all the international trade happens. So here where is used as the relative pronoun. Okay. So in this way we can use relative pronouns. Okay. Then after that we have seen the demonstrative pronouns. Okay. So demonstrative pronouns means what? These are the pronouns which used for indicating someone or something. For demonstrating someone or something, we use demonstrative pronouns, and these are 4 in number. Okay, हे किती आहेत, तर 4 आहेत. And which are these? These are this, that, and these, those. Okay, this, that, these, those. These are called as the demonstrative pronoun. So this is my pen. Okay, if any that object or that thing is near to us, then we use this. If that thing, anything which we are denoting or indicating, that is far from us, then we use that. Okay, so this and that, these are the singular demonstratives. Okay, and plural demonstratives are these and those. Okay, so these are my pens, हे माझे पेन आहेत. Okay, and those, when we are using to indicate the thing which is far from us, then we are using those. Those are my friends. ते माझे मित्र आहेत. ओके, सो धिस हे केव्हा वापरायचं? जेव्हा एखादी गोष्ट आपल्या जवळ असेल तर ती शो करण्यासाठी तिच्याकडे आपण जेव्हा इंडिकेट करतो, डेमॉन्स्ट्रेट करतो, तेव्हा आपण धिस वापरतो. अँड when the thing is far from us, then we indicate or denote it with the that. Okay, so this, that, and this and that, these two demonstrative pronouns and adjectives are used for singular noun. Okay, एखादी गोष्ट सिंग्युलर असेल तेव्हा आपण this आणि that चा यूज करतो, आणि एखादी गोष्ट प्लुरल असेल तेव्हा आपण these आणि those चा उपयोग करतो. So this is about the demonstrative pronouns. So we were covered this in the last lecture. Now we are going to start with the next part of speech, that is verbs. Okay, so the next part of speech is verbs. So what's the definition of verb? In sentences, verbs are the words which denote a fact or reality. Okay, verbs are the words which denote a fact or reality, ownership or possession, and any action. So verbs, generally how we define the verbs, we define it with the words which shows action. Okay, the words which shows action or state or fact. Okay, action or state or fact. But now we are going to define it in this manner, that in sentences verbs are the words which denote a fact or reality. एखादी fact असेल, ओके, एखादी fact असेल किंवा reality असेल, ती शो करण्यासाठी, फॉर एक्झाम्पल, आय एम अ टीचर. ओके, आय एम अ टीचर, दिस इज फॅक्ट. ओके, or this is also reality. So is, we are using auxiliary verb. Okay, so we are using verb as a fact or reality. Okay, to show a fact or reality, we show it with the verb. Okay, I am a teacher, you are students. Okay, so this shows fact or reality. That's why we are using it as verbs. Then second one is ownership or possession. एखाद्या गोष्टीची मालकी दाखवण्यासाठी किंवा माझ्याकडे ते आहे, पजेस आहे, possession आहे, ते दर्शवण्यासाठी सुद्धा आपण वर्बचा यूज करतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, आय हॅव अ कार. ओके, माझ्याकडं कार आहे. दिस ऑल्सो शोज ओनरशिप ऑफ माइंड ऑन दॅट कार, and also I have the possession of car. Okay, so have, here have is the word which shows ownership. Okay, or possession. Then any action, third is to denote any action, we denote it with verbs. आपण एखादी कुठलीही ऍक्शन असेल, फॉर एक्झाम्पल लर्न असेल, टीच असेल, ओके, देन प्ले असेल, देन ट्रेक असेल, ओके, what we can say, write असेल, okay, read असेल. So we are doing these actions. Okay, we start our day with actions like we wake up. Okay, we wake up early in the morning, so wake up is the action. Then we brush teeth, so brush is also the action. Okay, and also this is called as the verb. Okay, so verbs are the words which shows fact or reality, ownership or possession, or any action. Okay, व्हर्ब्स म्हणजे काय, तर जे फॅक्ट किंवा रियालिटी शो करतात. ओके, ओनरशिप किंवा पोझेशन दाखवतात, किंवा एखाद्या ऍक्शन शो करण्यासाठी, एखादी क्रिया दर्शवण्यासाठी आपण काय करतो, व्हर्बचा यूज करतो. इज इट अंडरस्टूड? हे समजलं का व्हर्ब्स म्हणजे काय ते?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move towards the structure of the verbs. Let's see the structure of the verbs. Yes, so while listening, please write this structure also in your notebook. So verbs, okay, verbs are having two types. Okay, there are two types of verbs, and these are main verb and helping verb, supporting verb, and auxiliary verb. Okay, so these types, there are two types of verb. First is main verb and second is helping verb or auxiliary verb or supporting verb. दोन प्रकारचे verbs असतात. एक म्हणजे जे ऍक्शन्स दाखवतं त्याला आपण मेन वर्ब म्हणतो, आणि दुसरं जे आहे ते सपोर्टिंग वर्ब किंवा ऑक्झिलरी वर्ब किंवा हेल्पिंग वर्ब. वी कॅन denote it with any of these names, that is helping verb or supporting verb or auxiliary verb. Okay, so verbs are having two types, main verb and supporting verb, and main verbs are also divided into two types, that is action denoting verbs and primary auxiliaries functioning as main verbs. मेन व्हर्ब्स मध्ये सुद्धा दोन प्रकारचे व्हर्ब्स असतात. एक म्हणजे ऍक्शन डिनोटिंग, विच डिनोट्स द ऍक्शन. ओके, विच डिनोट्स ऍक्शन्स, दॅट इज द राईट और eat, okay, drink. These are the action denoting verbs. Or study, go, okay, then move, play. These are some of the action denoting verbs. जे verbs त्याच्यातून ऍक्शन दाखवतात, क्रिया दाखवतात, त्यांना काय म्हणतात तर ऍक्शन डिनोटिंग verbs. ओके, and these are having 5 forms. Action denoting verbs are having 5 forms. म्हणजे action denoting जे verb असतात, for example, if we take go, then that go is having 5 forms. ओके, त्याचे 5 काय आहेत तर फॉर्म आहेत, म्हणजे प्रेझेंट, पास्ट, फ्युचर. ओके, नाही, प्रेझेंट, पास्ट, फ्युचर नाही, प्रेझेंट, past, past participle, okay, VING and infinitive form. Okay, so these are of the 5 forms. Main verbs and action denoting verbs are having 5 forms. आणि दुसरा जे आहे ते primary auxiliary. So whatever the primary auxiliaries are there, am, is, are, was, were, okay, shall, will, these are called as the primary auxiliaries. So these auxiliaries also function as main verbs. तर हे जे प्रायमरी ऑक्झिलरी आहेत, am, is, are, was, were वगैरे, ते काय करतात तर मेन वर्ब, एखाद्या वाक्यामध्ये जेव्हा मेन वर्ब येत नाही, when there is absence of the main verb in the sentence, okay, then these are the auxiliary verbs, okay, or these are the primary auxiliary verbs. Okay, they function as main verb. जेव्हा एखाद्या वाक्यामध्ये मेन वर्ब येत नाही, ओके, त्या वाक्यामध्ये जेव्हा मेन वर्ब वापरलेलं नसतं, तर अशा वाक्यामध्ये जे सहाय्यकारी क्रियापद असतं, प्रायमरी ऑक्झिलरी वर्ब असतं, ते काय फंक्शन करतं तर ते फंक्शन करतं मेन वर्ब. म्हणजे ते काम करतं मेन वर्बचं. ओके, एखाद्या वाक्यामध्ये जेव्हा मेन वर्ब आलेलं नसतं, तेव्हा त्या वाक्यामध्ये असणारं सहाय्यकारी क्रियापद त्या वाक्यामध्ये मेन व्हर्ब म्हणून फंक्शन करतं, काम करतं. ओके, सो व्हर्ब्स are having two types, main and auxiliary, and main verbs are also having two types, that is action denoting verbs, क्रियादर्शक वर्ब, क्रियादर्शक दर्शवणारं क्रियापद, and primary auxiliaries like am, is, are, was, were. Okay, primary auxiliaries, this works as the main verb in the sentence when there is ऍब्सन्स ऑफ द मेन व्हर्ब. जेव्हा त्या वाक्यामध्ये मेन व्हर्ब येत नाही तेव्हा त्या वाक्यामधलं सहाय्यकारी क्रियापदच त्या वाक्यामध्ये काय करतं तर मेन व्हर्ब म्हणून फंक्शन करतं, काम करतं. ओके, सो दिस इज अबाउट द मेन व्हर्ब. The next is about the helping verb, supporting verb, or auxiliary verb. You can call this type of verb by three names: helping verb, supporting verb किंवा auxiliary verb. या तिन्ही पैकी कुठलंही तुम्ही त्याच्यासाठी नाव वापरू शकता. ओके, सो helping verb are also having two types: primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. सो हेल्पिंग व्हर्बचे सुद्धा दोन प्रकार आहेत. एक म्हणजे प्रायमरी ऑक्झिलरीज आणि दुसरं म्हणजे मॉडल ऑक्झिलरीज, लाईक कॅन, कुड, ओके, शॅल, शुड. दीज आर द मॉडल ऑक्झिलरीज. ओके, तर हे झाले व्हर्ब्सचे प्रकार. ओके, हे समजलं? इज इट अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट विथ द मेन व्हर्ब्स. आता आपण मेन व्हर्ब्स पासून सुरुवात करूया. The first type is of main verbs. So main verbs in sentences, main verbs denote actions, facts, or ownership. वाक्यामध्ये in the sentences, main verbs works or functions for denoting actions, facts, or ownership. क्रिया दर्शवण्यासाठी, एखाद्या गोष्टीची सत्यता दर्शवण्यासाठी, किंवा एखाद्या गोष्टीची किंवा वस्तूची मालकी दर्शवण्यासाठी आपण काय करतो, मेन व्हर्बचा यूज करतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, the example is, first example, he is a doctor. He is a doctor. तो काय आहे, डॉक्टर आहे. So in this sentence, in the first sentence, is the primary auxiliary. Okay, is हे काय आहे इथं, प्रायमरी ऑक्झिलरी आहे, and it shows fact or reality. तर is हे काय दर्शवतं, सत्यता किंवा जे समोर जे आहे त्याला काय म्हणतात, फॅक्ट किंवा रियालिटी, सत्यता दर्शवण्यासाठी काय आपण वापरतो, इज वापरतो. ही इज अ डॉक्टर. तो काय आहे, डॉक्टर आहे. सो हिअर वी आर डिनोटिंग फॅक्ट और रियालिटी. आपण काय दर्शवतोय तर सत्यता दर्शवतो. तो डॉक्टर आहे म्हणजे डॉक्टर आहेच. ओके, दॅट्स वाय वी आर युजिंग द प्रायमरी ऑक्झिलरी इज as the main verb in the sentence. या वाक्यामध्ये he is a doctor, या वाक्यामध्ये काय झालंय तर मेन व्हर्ब कुठलंही आलेलं नाहीये. ओके, there is absence of the main verb in the sentence, or there is no action denoting word in this sentence. कुठलाही क्रियादर्शक शब्द यामध्ये नाहीये. ओके, so is the word, is this also called as the primary auxiliary, and this functions as main verb in the sentence. तर is या वाक्यामध्ये जे आलेलं आहे ते काय दर्शवतं तर मेन व्हर्ब म्हणून फंक्शन करतं. ओके, ही इज अ डॉक्टर. सो हिअर डॉक्टर हे काय आहे, तो डॉक्टर आहे. सो दिस शोज फॅक्ट. डॉक्टर असणं ही त्याची काय आहे तर फॅक्ट आहे किंवा रियालिटी आहे. ओके, सो फॉर शोइंग रियालिटी और फॅक्ट वी यूज verb. Then second sentence is we have some books. So in this example, आमच्याकडे काही बुक्स आहेत, पुस्तकं आहेत. Here have, just a minute. Here have is the word. Okay, this word shows the ownership. I have some books. ओके, हॅव हा शब्द काय करतोय तर ओनरशिप दाखवतोय. कशाची? तर माझ्याकडे काय आहेत? पुस्तकं आहेत. ओके, सो आय हॅव द ओनर ऑफ सम बुक्स. माझ्याकडे काही पुस्तकं आहेत म्हणजे मी त्या पुस्तकांचा काय आहे तर मालक आहे किंवा ओनर आहे. ओके, सो दॅट्स वाय हॅव हिअर functions as the main verb in the sentence, and have is this have shows the ownership. have काय करतो तर ओनरशिप दाखवतो. ओके, मालकी दाखवतो. वी हॅव सम बुक्स. have काय करतो ओनरशिप दाखवतो. ओके, दॅट्स वाय इट फंक्शन्स as the main verb in the sentence. And third example is they solve problems. they solve problems. त्यांनी काय केलंय तर समस्या सोडवल्या किंवा प्रश्न सोडवले. ओके, त्यांनी काही समस्या सोडवल्या किंवा प्रश्न सोडवले. सो हिअर सॉल्व म्हणजे काय सोडवणे. ओके, सो हिअर सॉल्व शोज द ऍक्शन. सॉल्व हे काय करतंय तर क्रिया दर्शवतोय. ओके, दॅट्स वाय फॉर शोईंग द फॅक्ट और रियालिटी, फॉर showing the ownership, or for denoting the action, we use verbs. आपण वाक्यामध्ये एखाद्या गोष्टीची सत्यता दाखवण्यासाठी, एखाद्या गोष्टीची मालकी दाखवण्यासाठी किंवा एखाद्या गोष्टीची ऍक्शन क्रिया दाखवण्यासाठी काय करतो तर व्हर्ब्सचा यूज करतो आणि मेन व्हर्ब्सचा यूज करतो. ओके, तर हे झालं मेन व्हर्ब्स बद्दल. Now, action denoting main verbs have 5 forms as given below. तर action denote करणारे जे मेन verbs आहेत त्यांचे किती फॉर्म्स आहेत तर 5 फॉर्म्स आहेत. ओके, action denoting main verbs have 5 forms as given below. खालील प्रमाणे जे ऍक्शन शो करतात, क्रिया दर्शवतात, त्या क्रियापदांचे किती प्रकार आहेत तर 5 प्रकार आहेत. ओके, फॉर्म्स मीन्स प्रकार. ओके, ऍक्शन डिनोटिंग मेन वर्ब्स हॅव 5 फॉर्म्स ॲज गिवन बिलो. द फर्स्ट इज इन्फिनिटिव्ह फॉर्म और रूट फॉर्म. पहिला काय आहे तर इन्फिनिटिव्ह किंवा रूट वर्ड, म्हणजे जेव्हा आपण टू न एखाद्या व्हर्बला डिनोट करतो तेव्हा तो असतो रूट वर्ड किंवा इन्फिनिटिव्ह वर्ड. फॉर एक्झाम्पल टू सॉल्व. टू सॉल्व म्हणजे काय सोडवणे. हिअर टू वी आर युजिंग in the infinitive form, we are attaching to before the verb. आपण to हे इन्फिनिटिव्ह फॉर्म मध्ये किंवा रूट फॉर्म मध्ये आपण टू हे क्रियापदाच्या आधी लावतो. ओके, फॉर एक्झाम्पल टू सॉल्व मीन्स सोडवणे. सो द नेक्स्ट फॉर्म इज, सेकंड फॉर्म इज प्रेझेंट फॉर्म, म्हणजे वर्तमान काळातला त्या व्हर्बचा फॉर्म काय आहे, प्रकार काय आहे ते दर्शवण्यासाठी आपण काय करतो तर प्रेझेंट फॉर्म, दॅट इज MV1. ओके, मेन व्हर्बचा पहिला फॉर्म. फॉर एक्झाम्पल टू सॉल्व, सॉल्व और सॉल्व्ह. तर प्रेझेंट फॉर्म मध्ये किंवा वर्तमान काळात जो आपण फॉर्म वापरतो त्याला प्रेझेंट फॉर्म म्हणतात. फॉर एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व किंवा और सॉल्व्ह. ही सॉल्व्ह एक्झाम्पल, ही सॉल्व्ह एक्झाम्पल, त्यानं एक्झाम्पल सोडवलं. आणि आय सॉल्व्ह एक्झाम्पल, मी ते एक्झाम्पल सोडवलं. सो हिअर वी आर युजिंग solve, okay, and we are also adding the suffix s when we are using it after he she it. he she it नंतर आपण काय करतो, तर जेव्हा एखादं verb वापरतो त्याला काय आपण वापरतो, s किंवा es सफिक्स आपण त्यामध्ये ऍड करतो. जेव्हा आपण ही शी इट थर्ड पर्सन सिंग्युलरच्या पुढं जेव्हा प्रेझेंट फॉर्म मध्ये वर्ब वापरतो तेव्हा त्याला आपण एस किंवा es सफिक्स ऍड करतो. आणि बाकीच्या म्हणजे फर्स्ट पर्सन सिंग्युलर, फर्स्ट पर्सन प्लुरल, सेकंड पर्सन सिंग्युलर, प्लुरल अँड थर्ड पर्सन प्लुरलला आपण काय वापरतो, तर ॲज इट इज, कुठला तो व्हर्बचा जो फॉर्म आहे आपण तो ॲज इट इज वापरतो. त्याच्यामध्ये आपण एस किंवा es ऍड करत नाही. ओके, so this is the first form, that is present form, solve किंवा solve. Then past form or mv2 form is solved. We are adding ed suffix to that. आपण ed suffix जेव्हा to solve किंवा solve मध्ये ऍड करतो तेव्हा काय होतं, तर त्याचा past form. Okay, we are using ed suffix or we are adding ed suffix for regular verbs. आपण रेग्युलर वर्ब साठी काय वापरू शकतो, ईडी सफिक्स वापरू शकतो, ईडी सफिक्स ऍड करू शकतो. पण इरेग्युलर व्हर्ब साठी आपण ईडी सफिक्स वापरू शकत नाही. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, इरेग्युलर व्हर्ब लाईक इट, इट जे असेल, इट EAT इट, त्याचा पास्ट फॉर्म काय येतो, एट. ओके, इट एट. आणि थर्ड फॉर्म काय येतो, तर इटन, इट एट इटन. सो दीज आर द थ्री फॉर्म्स. द फर्स्ट फॉर्म इज इट, second is ate, and third is eaten. So there is irregularity in the forms. That's why this is called as the irregular types of verbs. But solve, which solve is the word or verb, it is called as the regular verb because we are adding ed suffix. We can add ed suffix to make its past form. आपण ed suffix जेव्हा एखाद्या वर्ड मध्ये वर्ब मध्ये ऍड करतो आणि तर अशा शब्दांना, अशा व्हर्ब्सना, क्रियापदांना आपण रेग्युलर व्हर्ब्स म्हणतो. ओके, सो दिस इज द पास्ट फॉर्म. देन थर्ड फॉर्म इज पास्ट पार्टिसिपल फॉर्म. ओके, सो इट इज ऑल्सो, वी कॅन do it with the addition of ed suffix, that is solved, solve, solve, solved. And present participle form, that is mv4 form किंवा ving फॉर्म, जेव्हा आपण एखाद्या रूट वर्ड मध्ये किंवा येस एखाद्या रूट वर्ड मध्ये जेव्हा आपण ing ऍड करतो तेव्हा त्याला आपण चौथा फॉर्म म्हणतो mv4 किंवा ing फॉर्म असं म्हणतो किंवा प्रेझेंट पार्टिसिपल फॉर्म असं सुद्धा आपण त्याला म्हणतो. ओके, सो द व्हर्ब्स आर हॅव्हिंग 5 टाइप्स. ओके, ऍक्शन डिनोटिंग मेन व्हर्ब्स हॅव 5 फॉर्म्स ॲज गिवन बिलो. टू सॉल्व, सॉल्व किंवा सॉल्व्ह, सॉल्व्ड, सॉल्व्ड आणि सॉल्विंग. दीज आर द 5 फॉर्म्स. देन टू सर्च, सर्च म्हणजे टू सर्च म्हणजे शोधणे. Its present is search or searches. Okay, search IVU they पुढं वापरतो आणि he she it पुढं searches. He searches, she searches, it searches. Okay, then its past form is search. We are adding ed suffix. Then its past participle form is searched. Here also we are adding ed suffix, and its present participle form or ving form is searching. Okay, searching, we are adding ing suffix. Same is for the to send and to ask. तर हे झाले 5 फॉर्म्स कशाचे, तर मेन व्हर्ब्सचे. Okay, so these are the action denoting main verbs which has 5 forms as given below. हे आपण आता आपण स्टडी केलं. इज दिस अंडरस्टूड? हे समजलं का सगळ्यांना? 5 फॉर्म्स.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as yes, it's 11 o'clock almost. So let me first take your attendance, then just I have to take your attendance. पहिली attendance घेतो, मग तुम्ही दुसऱ्या लेक्चरला जॉईन करू शकता. Just a minute. नाही आता काय मी काय रोल कॉल घेत बसत नाही. ओके, जस्ट आय विल मार्क युअर रोल नंबर इन माय नोटबुक. I will only call the absent roll numbers if for the confirmation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll number 14. Roll number 14 present आहेत. Roll number 35. Roll number 35. नाही. Roll number 39. Roll number 39. रोल नंबर 35 प्रेझेंट आहेत की? कुलकर्णी मंदार. Am I audible to you? मंदार कुलकर्णी. Roll number 60. Roll number 60. Okay. So the absent roll numbers are 14, 39 and 60. These 3 are the absent roll numbers. Is there anybody is present from these absent roll numbers? कोणी present आहे का absent roll number पैकी? त्यांनी त्यांची attendance देऊ शकता. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, only these three students are absent for this lecture. Okay, roll number 14, 39 and 60. So thanks for joining this meeting. We'll see the next part in the next lecture. Okay, you can leave this meeting now. Thank you. I'm ending this meeting from my side.